Hey everybody, this is Grace and I am out here. It's June 28th, 2025, 3:35. It just changed at 3:35 p.m. And my SUV says it's 97 degrees here in Texas, north of Dallas, northeast of Dallas, and more like northeast, but it's hot. I think the feels like it's 100 and something. I don't know, but yeah, the sun is pretty much hot, and so I'm pulled up here so where the house shades me from the direct sun, and that's why you're not seeing the beautiful crepe myrtle. And instead, it's the sky. You know, there is still a video I took, and it was too so freaky. Really, there was some kind of optical illusion, or either I touched some kind of visual setting or something that I've never seen before, I haven't seen since. And I checked all the ones that were on my phone at the same time. But it made the clouds in the back, like you see right now, the clouds, it made them move real fast. And wait, what is it doing right now? No, it moved a lot faster than that. And it wasn't windy. Well, actually it was windy, and it was pushing the trees around. But no, seriously, the clouds in the back were being moved around in weird ways. And I couldn't figure out what was going on because the SUV wasn't moving. And like I said, none of the other videos had it. So it was weird. Anyway, what I want to talk about right now is today is a Saturday, but I had taken some tests, a bunch of blood tests, and I was told I would get the results probably, maybe all of them I think she said maybe most of them over the weekend, and then some during the week to follow. I think I got them all today. I think maybe one more. And the blood test is for, I have this rare health condition, and I was diagnosed with it, with CT or whatever it was back then. And I was in a hospital with pancreatitis in the year 2000, and they diagnosed me with this rare health condition. I was there for like 10 days, 2 weeks, I don't know. I remember coming out thinking, I need to find out how long I was in there, because they had me knocked out big time with pancreatitis. Oh boy. They said that's worse than the I think what they were saying was it's worse than the pain a woman feels when she's in labor, in hard labor. And I had it consistently. Okay, it was awful. Then they, like I said, once they had me there, they knocked me out with so much pain meds. But anyway, while I was there, the doctors diagnosed me with a rare health condition. Now, they did all the tests, and there's like these tests, are 24-hour tests they have to do. They did all that, from what I understand. I could be wrong, but those were the tests back then. The main test was that, and I think it's still one of the main tests. I know it's still a test. They do. But so they did all that, and they diagnosed me, and they sent me to the correct specialist. And this correct specialist, she told me, this was 25 years ago. She threw a temper tantrum, and I have seen this consistently with not just that kind of specialist. With any of them, they throw temper tantrums because they don't want a patient with this rare health condition, because there's so many reasons why they don't. Like the last year, I only saw once. She was Adam was with me, and he was in shock of how she behaved. He just speechless. He said for a whole, like 24 hours, he would not talk about it. He flat told me, I can't talk about that. I'm not talking about that. It was that bad of an experience. But it was a temper tantrum. She was throwing a temper tantrum. And anyway, I've seen it consistently. And this, like I said, what she said was, it just makes it so much harder on me. Can you imagine what it's made on me? You know, she's talking about herself. It makes it tougher for her. What about for the person living with it? Having to face doctors like her. You doctors, nurses, MAs, man, it doesn't matter. They all think they know better. They all think that they can just change it all around and make something stereotypical out of their own prejudices and all this stuff. And they will doubt me like you won't believe, even though they have plenty of CTs that show, yeah, pretty good idea. Yep, she does. And this is yet another one. He's a young guy. It shouldn't matter, but most of my doctors are young. It's kind of surprising to me. I'm getting older when everybody seems young. So, but it really shouldn't matter. You should know they should be professional and know what they're doing. Plain and simple. Before you start taking care of somebody's health, you need to know what you're doing. So that's how I see it. And anyway, the first thing, he was shocked that I would have it because it's rare. Like I was told by one doctor, she said something like, well, she said the doctors will only see one case like this, usually one case in their whole lifetime. She did not say career, it was lifetime. And I can believe it. It is that rare. So, anyway. And then they have to study more and make sure they don't do this and make sure they don't use those stereotypes. Like one of them that he knew it was true. It was Adam's doctor. And it just freaked him out so much. He went to the extreme. You wouldn't believe. One place actually called me saying he was trying to dump me as a patient onto them, and which is funny because that's when I wound up getting in that system, because a woman suggested that I try it to get the insurance for their system group, whatever the heck it is, their insurance group, I would say. And which was funny was because the first hospital, that's what they worked, also in that group. So, diagnosed me 25 years ago, and now they can't find it because they're whatever it is, their records only go back 25 years, and this is 25 years. So it's just such a anyway. All this, my life has been nothing but like this. Okay, just like this. There's always so much to just one thing that should be so simple. But nope, not gonna happen, not gonna be simple, nope. And you see, I'm not doing anything. When that first doctor they sent me to, I'm sitting there and she's having this temper tantrum because I dare to have this rare health condition. And I'm just sitting there, I was 30-something years old, all by myself, sitting there just watching her. It's the first time I ever had a doctor throw a temper tantrum when I never met before. She's just throwing, I'm sitting there going, eyes are getting bigger and bigger. Like Adam's first experience with that last year when he was with me. He put up his hands, whoa, woman. She doctor just going crazy. Temper tantrum, I'm serious, like you would not believe. And I'm used to it, really. I'm like, yeah. And I told Adam, I said, don't be surprised if this one does it, this new one. Just don't be surprised. And yep, because it makes it difficult for them. Oh, I gotta feel sorry for them. But anyway, the test results came back. They send test results through their portal, and I'm kind of used to reading test results and checking it all out and everything like that. And they basically see, The weirdest thing is, like, there's a normal range, and everything is within that normal range, but low, on the very low side. Like, it could just one little step and it'd be into low, in total low, But anyway, all of them combined, they basically say the same thing. Another person in my life, and Now this one, I was never told that it had to do anything to do with, but it could. From these test results, it could have something to do with what was going on with my dad. Okay, my dad was, all he would admit to, he was 6'5". I mean, 6'7". Yes, that's all he'd admit to. He was a big, tall man, built like a linebacker, you know. And I remember thinking when I was younger that his weight was in the 300s. It was muscle, bone muscle, you know. Very strong built. And my brother is the next in our family. He's 6'5", but he is kind of, you know, just a straight body. I remember when I was young, they used to call it beanpole or something like that. He's not real skinny, but he's not fat either. And then I am. I've always, you know, the rest of us are all females, my sisters and I. And I was the tallest, but I've been shrinking since I got older. As you get older, some people, they get shorter. I did. And so it could be something that, but I mean, I never got the full, you know, diagnosis from my dad. No, they just didn't talk about stuff like that. I don't know whether it was my family they didn't talk about certain things, or it just wasn't common for people to talk about stuff like that back then. And he passed away when I was 33 or something, somewhere around there. And he was my age. He was a year younger than I am now. His sisters were even younger, and that's the only, I don't have any other aunts or uncles that were biological. So it was only him. My mom, she was the only child. Okay, all the clouds had disappeared. So anyway, now there is they test for other things, but they all there is one, and the other ones can mimic it or something like that. And I was tested for another one probably in between 20 and 25 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was after this other one, and they said that it involved more intrusive test. And they said basically, I don't remember the wording. That was a long time ago. You know, that wasn't weeks ago. That wasn't months ago. That was years ago. 20 to 25 years ago. And can you imagine how much I've been tested since then for different tests? What? And they said that they couldn't rule it out. They couldn't diagnose it, but they couldn't rule it out either. Gee, how about you saying, well, maybe, we're not sure, but it could be. Story of my life, man. Oh, but that hospital, the original one, no, they knew for certain. Okay. So they're going to put me all through all that over again. All over again. And then there are these other tests, and they're just a pain. And I know there's plenty, but they got to have the CT. You would think they'd say, okay, we see the CT. It says it. See there? Right there. It shows. They show. Well, look, there's one, there's one. All these people, all these doctors, all these specialists, they all say the same. There it is. We're going to do it again. I think it's called, It's All About the Benjamins. I think that's what it's called. Waste my time. Go ahead. No, that irks me like you wouldn't believe how they waste my time so much. And there's no getting around it. I've tried. There's no getting, it's just, they're going to do it anyway. I can go to another one. It's the same thing. I'm going to find that's what I'm going to do. Not this week, but the next week. Go to another one, and we'll see. It's going to be the same thing. I am fairly certain. It's a kind of learned helplessness, learned hopelessness. Some people say helplessness, hopelessness. I'm going to do an AI overview about the differences, but I think that was one of the first things that I learned when I took Psych 101 class, was learned helplessness, about what it does to people. Because I remember the book. I mean, I'm talking like early 1980s. And and I remember, I don't remember the name of the book, but I remember it was a section about elderly people and why it's good for them to have a pet, like a pet dog, you know, fur baby. And that would keep down learn helplessness. That's where I learned it a long time ago. I thought that was so interesting. And we lost a fur baby a couple months ago, and we still have two. And Adam's older than I, and oh man, he took it bad. He took it rough. And well, then again, a lot of people around us took it rough. People who had only seen the dog on something like Skype. Neighbors, she fasted until we found out, until we, had to let him go. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. He did not die a good death at all. It was sad. But anyway, and I wasn't able to mourn because there was so much had to be done, plus my own health and all, so much. And I feel it every once in a while. It'll hit me every once in a while. And I knew that. I knew it would happen like that. So anyway, getting those test results, it's like I've already been through this, done that so many times, I have so many t-shirts. Literally, I don't have so many t-shirts. I wouldn't wear t-shirts. Seriously. I don't wear blue jeans, and I didn't wear t-shirts until I started working. And I kind of like t-shirts. I like the way they feel. Not the rough ones. I've seen rough ones, but the softness of them, kind of like that. That was a couple years ago when I started doing these, what I do for health insurance. And I'm not going to tell the whole long story on that. But I bought some t-shirts on that T-E-M-U, Temu. Some people think it's Temu. I used to, but I've heard it is Temu.com. Not sponsored. And they're really cute shirts. T-shirts. I was never one to wear hoodies. Really cute hoodies. And then I've ordered shirts with pockets. And they turn out to be scrub tops. Which, not all of them. Some of them weren't. But, which was okay, because I used to wear scrubs when I was a career student. I worked for doctors and surgeons. So, that's what we would wear. Pretty colors. Got pockets. I needed pockets. So, I'm kind of rambling. Yes, I am. Anyway, Adam had asked me when I'm going to go see the doctor. I said, this guy that I'm just now getting the test results from. I said, I don't know. He was waiting on this. Adam went with me the first and only time we went. And he was trying really hard. Because Adam has a prejudice on this. He has the hardest time believing it. He would see the results in paper. He would hear doctors say it in person. Even his own doctor, he's had for 15, 20 years, he calls him his friend. Okay? Has told him, this is what she has, me. He won't believe it. Adam just seriously won't believe it. So he's hoping. I know he's hoping. Okay, nobody needs to tell me. I know the man over 40 years, almost 45. He's hoping that he's still right. He's still holding on to that. I'm not kidding. That's bad. Seriously bad. For somebody to have whatever it is. I don't know, maybe, he's never told me he had somebody in his own family that had it, and there's something bad that happened there. I don't know, it's so rare. But he is holding on to that. So I'm like, oh, I didn't even want him to tell him the results because, I know how they're going to do. I have a pretty good idea. you know, how it's going to be. And I'm thinking he's holding out. I really do. You know, he doesn't, he can't seem to see past it. Oh, my throat's going out. I'm telling you, oh my goodness. Oh, the last, it's getting worse with that with my throat. I'm inside and I don't have this bad of a problem. I come outside and my goodness, and we're having here in Texas, this part of Texas is supposed to have that, what is it, Sahara? I don't know if they call it Sahara sands or Sahara dust, but it's supposed to reach this part of Texas and on Tuesday. Today is Saturday. But I have been, I don't know, for a few days now. It's been getting worse, you know, trying to, I don't know what you call it. I've always had this where I cough and everything. And no, I don't have anything like COPD or anything like that. But I was a smoker. I don't smoke anymore. Quit almost 3 years ago. And so whatever it is, it's allergies. Anytime they have bad pollen, I have allergies to pollen, to, you know, seasonal allergies. I have chemical allergies. I'm getting my SUV for whatever reason. I've had it since 2019. Bought it new. Always when I get in the SUV, something happens, but that's because it's outside. It's not like it's ever inside. So it's got to be something outside. Well, it doesn't actually have to be, you know, seriously, something outside. It could actually be something in this SUV. So you got to remember that. But anyway, that's been my whole day today, was having those. I wasn't waiting on them. I just kept getting new one, test result. Check the portal, test result. You know. So, and then I'd go and look it up and see, what does this mean if this is this? And yeah. But the weird thing is that all the tests, I mean, all the things they could be, besides the rare, they're all kind of rare. So really, they're all rare. I don't have the main thing, not the main thing, but one of the main things. One of the main symptoms, I don't have on any of them. It's the same symptom. It's like, wow, that's quite a wonder. But anyway, what else? I was thinking, I think that's enough. I'll talk to y'all in another video. Bye.